So good afternoon, Miss Fabros. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Karil, and I will be discussing to you today the issues of grammar teaching and assessment, sequencing. So here are my objectives. At the end of the discussion, the students could be able to apply sequencing in teaching grammar in class, practice the use of sequencing to teach effectively in class, and determine sequencing issues in teaching grammar. So, the greater part of the world's troubles are due to questions of grammar by someone famous. So, what is grammatical sequencing? It is an approach in teaching by considering sequencing by using textbooks or other parameters to effectively teach in class. This means grammatical sequencing is how the teachers process or to deliver the lesson according to the sequence that is written on textbooks or in the syllabus. So, what are the issues in teaching grammar? Under siya ng sequencing. So, number 1 is easier to more complex. Teachers used to follow the sequence of teaching grammar by the simplest and easiest to more complex and harder. This means na sinusunod ng teacher yung pagkakasunod-sunod na pinakamadali sa pinakamahirap. Naranasan ko to nung high school ako since first grading, second grading, third grading, madali lang. After ng third grading, fourth grading na ang hirap, ang hirap na makakope up and ang hirap gumawa ng task or portfolio minsan. So, yun yung sinusunod nilang sequencing na pinakamadali to pinakamahirap. So, number 2 is prescribed syllabus over own sequence. So, teachers tend to create their own sequence in teaching grammar over the syllabus. In this part naman, gumagawa yung mga teachers ng own sequence nila to deliver the topic according to what is appropriate on their time and level. Especially kapag nagkakaroon sila ng mahirap i-deliver kasi minsan sa books or sa syllabus, iba yung deliver na gusto nila sa deliver na gusto ng syllabus and ng textbooks. Here is the traditional divide of the grammar curriculum by Bird and Reed, written in 1998. So there are 3 levels. The level 1 is for the beginner, which the students already know the simple sentences, compound sentences, noun, and pronouns. And we go down to level 2, which we call the low intermediate, which 75% mastery of level 1, complex sentences with time clauses, noun phrases, pronouns, and simple questions. So the last level is level 3, which we call the intermediate. Ito naman yung 75% mastery ng level 2. So the students already know the complex sentences with cause and effect clauses, simple questions, nouns which are collective and abstract. So, here is another issues in teaching grammar. So, number 1 is slow teaching phase. As teacher follows a sequence or order to teach grammar, some students often cannot wait for a higher level to use. I will give an example for this. I have a classmate when I was in grade 8 na mahilig siya or magaling siya magturo or magaling siya mag-deliver ng report niya. And in full English yun. So, minsan kami ang awkward niya na, but to the point na ngayon, na-realize ko na meron ngang students na have a higher IQ, which sometimes as the teacher have a sequencing that they follow, they cannot wait to use another level. So, last is levels are unrealistic. In acquiring grammar, it required period of time to master the grammatical structure. So, for me, the levels are unrealistic. Kasi hindi mo masasabi na kung level 3 nga siya if the 75% mastery ng level 2. So, para sa akin, unrealistic siya. So, here are the factors to consider in teaching grammar in class. So, under siya ng sequencing. Number 1 is use book or syllabus to teach grammar in order. Para dito is kailangan gumamit ng teacher or hindi naman kailangan. The teacher can use book or syllabus to teach grammar in order. Pwede siyang gumamit ng mga authentic book or na pwedeng makatulong sa kanya in order to properly deliver the topic in class. So, number 2 is simplify text according to level. So, if you are teaching a high school student, for example, magbibigay ka ng resources. For example, for that is you are teaching a grade 7, then you will give them an example of a classic text. So, paano nila ma-deliver or paano nila makukope up or maiintindihan yung text na yon if yung binigay mong materials is not appropriate to their level. So, simply give them a simple text or stories. So, number 3 is teach grammar with relations to their native tongue. Ito naman yung magtuturo ka ng English with using their native tongue. Like, for example, my teacher in grade 9, kaya natuto ako mag-English noon kasi nagbibigay siya ng example in our native tongue, which is the Filipino language. Then, she translated it in English. So, like for example, the word Filipino is ano. So, she translated it into English and it became what. So, that is all. And here is my last slide. So, what is the problem? So, the problem is teaching is not in order. So, the students might not acquire the learning ahead of time. So, what is the solution for this? So, the solution for this is teach grammar in class according to syllabus or in books in order to teach grammar effectively. So, here is my last slide, and thank you for listening, and I hope you learned something from me. And I'm sorry for my grammar because this is my first time reporting with OnCam, and I hope you learned something, and I will be better in the next time. So I hope you consider my reporting for today